weird.
The
I might be in the
two-
wrong place. Oh, hang on. No, it's not you.
Go.
You're good. I've not pressed the right button. Oh, it says waiting for shit show.
No, not anymore.
I just added it to something. I have no clue what I just added it to. Oh, now oh, hang on. That's me getting feedback this time. Shut up myself. There we go. There's a little flying toilet on the subscribe thing now. That makes me so freaking happy.
There it is.
Take care, man.
I like it.
Why is the top chat all the way down there? Why? What the hell did I do with this stupid thing? Pop out chat. There we go. Oh, hey, there we are. Now we see you. Good. Now we see you too. Ooh.
I got so much shit going on right now.
Yeah, I'm closing windows down like a freaking madman at the moment, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Now I've just found a window that's here, and I have no clue what to do about it. Ouch, that blows. Hope you knew us. Who's not safe and healthy? Power back after storms. No internet, just mobile. Uh-oh, where the hell's John Montgomery? Yikes. Hacktobercon, he got third place. Holy shit. Do what?
That's the hurricane, right?
Hang on, which hurricane? Remember, I'm in Colorado. We don't get hurricanes.
Zeta? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, they've moved.
Zeta, something like that, yeah.
Is this down in the... Okay, why would you live... Seriously, why would anybody live in, like, Florida, Georgia, Carolinas? I mean, seriously.
Well, hold on now. We can't forget Louisiana. So, Rachel,
okay, no, good point. Louisiana.
Rachel, why are you living in a fishbowl?
Seriously,
Inquiring minds want to know.
Totally. It's like, for God's sakes, go live in New Zealand or come up to Colorado. We have all the weed. Don't forget that one.
So how bad of a year has it been that we're naming our hurricanes with Z's?
Oh, well, we've gone off to the, we're on the, not the Italian, the shit, not the Islamic, not the Italian, Latin. I knew I'd get there eventually. We're on the Latin alphabet at this point in time. It sucks.
That's crazy.
Well, they said it was going to be a bad one. They did actually, the Met office actually said, they said this year's going to be a suck. And that they probably will hit the Latin alphabet. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Greek alphabet, you're right. Sorry, Vicky. It's been a long day. It has been a long day. I absolutely stand corrected on that one.
It's been a long week, man.
Oh, yeah, you guys have, yeah. Monday or Tuesday where I was absolutely nuts. It was another one of those. Tuesday was like keynote, then onto a panel, then onto something else, then onto another panel, then on something, like 3 or 4 different freaking time zones at the same time. I'm like, I didn't know my ass was from my elbow that day.
So, did you know it's our 25th episode?
What? Lisa AQ wants to know if it's okay. They want to know who's working on this other incident that we're working on. What the hell? Don't they have that intel already?
Are you doing work talk? There's no work talk during the shit show. Only shit talk.
We could crowdsource incident response on the shit show. It'd be way more fun.
We could.
I mean, we'd be breaking every NDA known to mankind, but it'd be fun doing it.
Who's taking the letters? That's what I want to know. Is it you? Is it me? Which one of us is going to spend some time explaining?
It's a show of hands. It's a show of hands. It's crowdsourcing show of hands. We can deal with this.
You know, though, gentlemen, if we do it as a parody, we're covered. As long as it's a parody, covered.
You know what we need to do one day, and I just suddenly thought about this, talking about this stuff. We need to do instant response. We need to do one episode, maybe a couple of episodes over a period of time, where we actually go through an incident, where we play, that we need to do that. That'd actually be a fun. That would be fun, and maybe do it with the audience as well. Do like an incident response, Dungeons and Dragons.
Tabletop?
Yeah, we can do tabletop.
Did you see the shit show?
Can I play the bad guy?
Totally.
I want to play the bad guy. I want to be
the bad guy.
In the shit show spreadsheet, I added.
You did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I haven't been in the shit show spreadsheet for probably 2 weeks. I got to admit.
It's how not to do incident response.
No, we need to do a tabletop on instant response. It'll be completely unknown. Yeah, totally.
So in honor of our silver anniversary episode, because it is episode number 25.
Damn.
I thought I'd play a fun game with you guys that my father just played with me called What's Your Blues Name? So, Chris, you are Sticky.
He is sticky. He is
Well,
sticky.
no, yeah,
You
sticky.
are Sticky. You are Sticky Skinny.
Sticky Skinny. How the
That's
hell
your
did I
blues
end up
name.
with Sticky Skinny?
What's your well? I don't know if you want to say your middle name on the show or not, but you're
It isn't
Sticky
going to be.
Skinny.
It isn't going to be pretty, is it? Let's face it. If you're not willing to say it on the show, it's not going to be pretty.
And Evan, you are Texas
Money.
Hollerin'. You are Texas Hollerin'.
I'm Texas money hollering.
Texas Money Hollerin'. Okay. Yep. What the hell was I? I was I have two middle names, so I was Skinny Gumbo Fingers Hopkins. I'm saying Skinny Gumbo Fingers Hopkins, people. Ladies and gentlemen. I just I might have changed my title here on my Zoom.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, hey, speaking of shit show and all that kind of stuff, you guys saw the logo for the back of the shirt, or the potential for the back of the shirt?
I don't know if I did. I saw is the front the toilet or the flying toilet?
The front is the flying toilet. The back is the toilet with the
The
bubbles
thinking
to
toilet?
the.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yep.
My guitar.
You
Should I
can
play?
see-
What?
You can play.
All right, Hendrix, let it go.
Go for it.
It's gonna take me too long to get the amp shit set up and everything. It's not nothing's ready.
Oh yeah, okay.
But next time,
No go.
next time I'll be Texas money. What the fuck's my last name? Brown.
Hollerin'. Your last
Wait.
name's Hollerin'.
What do you see hollering?
I don't know what you're looking at. Are you looking at the blues name chart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
where the
last
hell are
name.
you guys looking? He's a polite chat. No, it's not. Chat.
Oh, last initial. Shit. All right.
That
That's
makes it wrong.
Tompkins.
I'm looking at the blues name chart.
All right, I'm looking at it now. We're gonna send this off. We're gonna get this out to people.
That's Tompkins, man. The last initial of my last name.
Are we giving
no, wait.
people? Hang on, we're gonna send this up onto the LinkedIn's. Oh no, we're not on LinkedIn. Oh, what are we on?
Oh, it's
YouTube.
Brown. Oh, I did it. I
Brown.
did it wrong. I was doing them all from the first list.
Use your first initial to find your first name. Okay, sticky fingers, sticky fingers Jefferson. I can deal with that. I can deal with sticky fingers Jefferson. Kind of. I mean, that doesn't really imply that I'm an above the law kind of individual. I mean, when you really think about it, but I guess it goes with the, you are what you are sometimes.
I'm Texas Money Brown.
Awesome. Bony Leggers Bailey. There we go. That's awesome.
That's cool, man.
So there you go. That was our little 25th anniversary.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that. All right.
That works. Oh fuck. So what?
All right.
What
What are we
today's-
talking about today? Yeah, I guess
We're talking about love. We're talking
I don't know
about
if I can do that. I was talking with Jen this evening, and Jen was talking to me about like unicorns and rainbows and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I agree. But on the other hand, in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there with like the 338 Lepore just ticking off like each one of end up in canned unicorn meat. Let's be perfectly honest. It's tough because I mean, did we lose Evan again?
No,
Okay. The disjointed
Yes.
voice with no video. Yeah.
I'm just finding a unicorn background.
Oh, God. Oh, you need to find the one. Aubrey Stern from All Day DevOps. Look up Unicorn Aubrey Stern All Day DevOps. If you can find that one. If you can't, I'll dig it out, but it's an actually awesome one. It's really tough because so for those of you that are listening in on this one, the logic for this evening's conversation is literally kiss and make up. It's we're going to arguably at this point in time, while we are recording this, the election has already been decided. I would argue that to the nth degree. There have been so many people that have voted in person. There have been so many people that have done send-in ballots between now and whatever it is, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The amount of people that are still left to vote, I would argue, will still be proportional to what's already voted, and there aren't going to be many people that have made that won't have already made the decision up. So at this point, I'd argue decision is already made. We just don't know exactly what it is. Everybody can have their own hope, yada yada yada. So this is the point in time where hatches have to be buried, where people now have to look at each other and actually figure out how you're going to work together again for the next 3 to 4 years. What isn't going to work is the no, I won, you didn't won shit. The problem I have is if we look at lawyers, perfect example, I have unfortunately got more experience with lawyers than I care to admit to sometimes. And I've been in court more times than I care to want to deal with, unfortunately, on the receiving end of shit. And at the end of a case, the two lawyers shake hands and everybody goes off on their way. I'm sitting there holding a Molotov fucking cocktail, wondering who I can throw this thing at. I'm not in the kiss and make up based off the decision. I'm in the I want to firebomb your sorry ass. That doesn't fix anything. It doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't help any kind of healing or anything else like that. And if you look at where the country is, I mean, the country has gotten so divided over this. And as I put in the, as I put in the shit show, I'm looking at the 24th. As I actually put in the text that I was talking about on this one, there's a very, very famous set of quotes and an entire conversation. I think it was from Abraham Lincoln that was talking about a house divided. And how that conversation, and you look at where the country is at the moment, you look at how divided the country is at the moment, there is no way for this country to succeed if it is going to remain divided. So the question then has to be, do we fail or do we try to come together again? And if we come together again, how the hell do we do it?
So empathy seems to be lacking in our current social construct.
Right.
Okay. Sympathy seems to be lacking in our current social construct. A willingness to be wrong is lacking. I think these are the three key ingredients to compromise. And if we as a society lack those key ingredients, how do we come to compromise, right? So some of us are reasonable, some of us are not. I think it's on the reasonable people to advocate for finding common ground. I think those that can should, and help those that can't. Some people can't get there. Some people lack empathy, period. If you have empathy and show empathy, you're more likely to create empathy. So it goes back to that golden rule. It goes back to the ethics and guidance that I choose to operate my life under, right? Love somebody. It doesn't mean you have to be their best friend. By the way, I love family members I can't stand. Cannot stand them. Want to pummel their face with a brick, but I love them.
Dude, it's
not
right.
It is,
How does that work? How do you rationalize and how do you deal with that? I'm really interested because I'm fairly binary when it comes to that. I have absolutely no problem watching somebody burn, and I will be the one that will set fire to them. I have zero problem with that. And especially if somebody has done wrong by me and everything else, I'm not good. They have that whole, you're Scorpio, you're quite happy to sit there and get your revenge when necessary. I try not to do that sometimes because it definitely isn't healthy, but there are definitely fucking times I got no problem with that. I have zero problem with that.
It's my unwillingness to pay the price.
Right.
I too can do that.
Yeah.
But I've never felt good at the end of it. And I'm unwilling to pay the price that it takes to be negative.
Yeah.
There's a cost to it. And it just doesn't suit me. I used to be very angry, very negative. I approach the world from a dark place. I always assume, I was raised to believe the world was out to get me, and it was my job to get them first.
Before they got you, yeah.
Correct.
I've not been that way. I haven't been that way, but I am not very good at forgiving in any way, shape, or form. I can on certain things. I think it depends what it is. The election stuff to me, it's neither here nor there. It's like, I honestly don't care if you're a Republican, if you're liberal, if you're Democrat. It is what it is. Now shut up and we got to get on with things. But when it gets personal and when you affect people and when you affect certain other things, at that point, then there's a different set of discussions that might have to happen.
I see forgiveness as a selfish act.
Right.
Okay. So if I'm forgiving you, it's got nothing to do with you and everything to do with me.
Yeah.
And so, it's hard. It's hard not to let people get at you. I'll be the first to admit that. I was always the odd man out, the weird kid, the weird coworker, whatever. I'm quirky. I'm different. Chris, you've met me in real life. You know it firsthand. I'm an odd bird. Okay. I fly a different path. And it took me a long time to gain comfort in that. It doesn't make me less valuable. It doesn't make me less important, nor does it make me more valuable or more important. I think America needs a big fat fucking slice of humble pie. It really, at the end of the day, we live in an amazing place. We are not that freaking different. You, I, the next guy, some random listener tonight. We're not different. I want clean water that's safe to drink. I want a steady food supply that's reliable. I would like some work so I can earn my keep. I don't mind helping my fellow man under reasonable conditions.
Yeah.
You find me people that disagree with that viewpoint. You can find one or two. You're not going to find hundreds of millions.
Right, exactly. I think most are of the same opinion that way. And that's fine. Core, critical, basic human survival needs.
And we need to go back to that. We need to go back to that. We have gone too far over whatever curve we've gone over to where it's no longer about fact, truth, evidence. It's about hyperbole and who's got the loudest voice in the room. And we need to go back a couple of steps. Oh, I love it. I love
it. All right. That's got to go up on a LinkedIn post at somehow or other. I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but God only knows LinkedIn will block it. But that one's amazing.
And you know what's double funny about that is that is the attitude and approach that we have right now. You said something I disagree with. So instead of hearing you out and seeing if what you say is reasonable, I'm going to go to shutdown mode, tell you to kick brakes and move to the next piece of content.
So I go back to Lincoln's speech. I go back to the fact this is a house divided. It's a country divided. I mean, let alone a house divided. How do we change that? How do we change that? How do we influence that? What can we do differently? I don't want to be the party that celebrates all night and the following day and rubs it in the face of those that did not win. That isn't going to fix anything. That's not going to do a damn thing. What I want to be able to do is reach across and say, hey, we got the hot seat for the next 4 years. How can we actually work together to fix this shit? That also means the other party's got to be willing to come to the table and go, God damn it, that fucking sucks. But yeah, let's get this shit. Let's see what we can do to fix some of this shit.
You say that, and I instantly draw a corollary to our own industry.
Go for it.
There's something that's been ongoing this week, that the lack of a willingness to cooperate.
Oh, I think I know where you're going on the stuff that we.
You know where I'm going. You do.
Oh yeah, I know exactly on that.
So, as I've heard and been whatever part of it that I've been from a knowledge standpoint, it's that lack of willingness to cooperate, to come together for a common fucking cause of, I don't know, human life for a starter. Maybe that's a good place to jump in, right? I mean,
so this actually, you hit a really good point on this one. And knowing some of those players, unfortunately, they put themselves before they put anybody else or the industry, sometimes truth and fact, and a lot of other things. I have seen that, unfortunately, in a couple of those people's cases. Evan, I know you're shaking your head going, oh, hell yes.
Right.
Yeah, for those that are listening in, it's a little bit of a cryptic conversation, but it involves the current shit show going on with healthcare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it too, right? I mean, you have to show grace, I think, a lot of times, and you try to set the example for others, right? I start with, you got to start with your circle of influence. I start with my family. I start with my friends. I start with, my coworkers. I'm grateful enough to run a couple of companies and have, 75, 80 different people that, I get to interact with and influence. And so we start with, start with that. And there's always common ground. You have to cut through the bullshit. You have to cut through the bigotry. It's funny. I'm writing a blog post right now about, and the title of the blog post is 2 things about bigotry. My own mother called me a bigot once, and I'm like, I don't think you're using that word right.
Wow. Yeah, I would be surprised.
Yeah. Well, and so I'm like, let's Google that word. And so we, talk, and so the definition of the word bigot is a person who utterly fucking words, man, utterly intolerant of a differing creed, belief, or opinion. And so that shit plays out everywhere, right? We're intolerant of other people. And so what that doesn't mean is if somebody doesn't agree with you, they're not a bigot. If someone doesn't believe the same thing you do, they're not a bigot.
Not a bigot.
If somebody supports a cause that you don't support, they're not a bigot. If somebody supports a political party that you don't support, they're not a bigot. When somebody's intolerant of your opinions, your beliefs, your causes, your political party, then you might be a bigot. And so we use words a lot. We call people names. We don't use logic to think shit through. We just, go off the cuff. So I guess, you start with your own circle of influence, and then I'll extend that same grace to the people I get to work with, right? Chris, you and I don't agree on everything, but I respect you. I love you. I choose to love you. And, we can have these conversations about shit and set the example for other people. We do the same thing every morning. Actually, every single morning we have this thing we call the daily insanity check-in. And I wanted to start that. I started it on the day after we closed our office from the pandemic, because I was like, man, I got to stay connected somehow. I got to keep my sanity. And so it's a bunch of people, and none of them are like me. They're all a bunch of fucking weirdos, and I say that kidding. They're different than me. And we have conversations. I know that there are liberals in that group, and I know there are conservatives in that group, but we have conversations. We listen to people. We show respect. So I don't know, man, on a global scale, I don't know how you influence that. You need good leadership. And unfortunately, we have shitty leadership on both sides of the aisle.
I was just going to say, I think it's unfortunately on both sides. I think my biggest fear, I have to admit, is party A wins, party B loses, and party A then spends an exorbitant amount of time rubbing it into party B, which obviously isn't going to help matters at all, and then spends the first year or two blaming party B for all the shit that's actually happened. Or if party, if the current folks stay in power, then there's going to be, well, we got distracted for this amount of time because of this, and we're still going to have shit show going on in the Senate and all the other stuff. I mean, for fuck's sakes, why isn't something like Lincoln's bloody speech actually nailed into everybody's foreheads? You know what? Yeah, it's been a nasty 6 months. It's absolutely been kind of fucked up, let's be perfectly honest. Doesn't matter who's influenced it. Doesn't matter who screwed around with it. Doesn't matter what did and didn't count. We are where we are. We got to get on with it, and this country's got to come back together somehow or other.
I agree. And my greatest fear is that we still have 4 years from now, Party A and Party B.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm ready for Party C, D, E, F, and G. Time to vote your heart. Time to do something different. I don't know. People joke about me running for office, but one of these days I might just well do it.
Is it because
fed up with it, man?
Is it because it's back to this mentality? You know, nobody ever thinks that their vote counts. Yet we only have to go back to the recent. Obviously, the most recent one was the Gore-Bush era. 540 votes. That ain't many people that counted. I mean, that's, you know, that doesn't take much. That's a couple of blocks worth of people, and that they swayed.
Three hanging chads.
Yeah, that's all it takes. And so, I mean, I think that's where it's like, you know, you say vote with your heart, but people go, oh, well, if I'm throwing my vote away if I don't vote for Democrat or Republic. If
Talk
I don't
to my father. He said, I'm voting party lines. I said, why?
Yeah.
See, I did research.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me tell the truth. My wife did research and shared it with me, and I reviewed it. Into who our options were. What do they actually stand for? What do they really believe? What have they said before? You know, this goes back to something we said last week about the truthiness meter, you know, S2 poll, right? How truthy are you? But we looked into it. And when I voted, I did not vote party lines. I voted for the people that I believed were most aligned to my vision of the way I think this country should be, which is what you vote for when you vote. So stop just voting for somebody because they're in a group and start actually doing a little bit of research. It took about 25, 30 minutes to go, no fucking way am I voting for that guy. And that, it doesn't sound like complete trash. I will be honest, I didn't find any where I was like, oh my God, this is great. It was, that's not a dumpster fire. I think I could be okay with that versus absolutely not. And believe it or not, there were Republicans that I found that I said, not a chance in hell. There were Republicans I found that I said, yup. There were Democrats I found that said, no way, no how. And I voted for a couple of independent parties.
Right.
Because I put my vote where I wanted it to matter, not out of fear that I'd take a vote away from a party.
And that's so, okay, there you go. You just hit the exact reason I think people are afraid to do it, because they feel like a vote for somebody other than Democrat or Republic means that it's taking that vote away. Rather than voting for somebody, you're removing a vote for somebody else. And because I mean, that's being drilled into us. Perfectly, you know, Kanye West, however the hell you enunciate his name.
I hope he doesn't win. You guys
but
chance he might, right? You guys understand that. You understand there's a chance Kanye might win.
Let's take that to this fullest extent.
Would that be much worse?
Well, yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
No,
yes. And not for the reasons you might think. Yes, because he is currently not effectively managing his mental health.
I will go with that one. I will absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say we have two current old white guys who aren't exactly
who are also not effectively managing their mental health. I agree. I completely agree. So, I am not suggesting we have better.
So at this point, it's like, do you want two old white guys or do you want one black guy not mentally? I mean, I'm sorry.
The last black guy was all right. I'll be honest. The last black guy, I very much.
I want his wife. Seriously, why can't we have her? Yeah.
Here's what I want. I want the show. Give me the show. Give me the guy that gets up and goes, "Dear American public, I'm going to speak in a really boring and monotone tone. You should feel very calm right now. The world is not falling apart. It may be on fire. Out your front window, it looks like it's falling apart. It has not really fallen apart. It is still together. We are one people with one goal. Where the fuck is that?"
But dude, even when Obama was in the White House, we still had division, right? We have short-term memory thing. We still had, you know, the whole, what do you call that? The Patriot shit. I don't even remember the name of it, but
Patriot
You know,
Act.
there was still a lot of division. No, not the Patriot
Oh,
Act.
there
We
was a
had
lot
the,
of it. Yeah, there was definitely division.
I'm not saying problem free by any means.
Actually,
I will go back. Wait, hold on. I will go back to George W. Bush.
right.
I will go back to Clinton. I will go back to Bush Sr. I will go back to Reagan and Carter and Nixon. Look,
When
believe it or
did you
not,
last have less division?
before
What?
now. before March 13th of 2020. I'm calling that as the date. I don't know why, but I feel like that's the date. March 13th, 2020 is when the downhill train accelerated.
I think it got worse too with the advent of social media. You know, I don't know if you try to like, I have to stop Twitter for long periods of time because you start reading the shit that goes on and you're like, you're not making any fucking sense. Zero. I mean, what you see over and over and over again is that definition of bigot. Bigot, 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 bigot. Because you're intolerant of anybody else's point of view. Mm-hmm. You're so stuck on your own myopic view of the world that anybody who goes counter to this, I'm going to attack and I'm going to come out swinging hard. I mean, you see that shit on like, you know, some of these videos. You're like, what in the fuck?
And that's on page 1 of Google. And so I think you're right. If it's on page 1 of Google and you haven't figured it out, then we've got other questions to ask. Tim said it, which is actually the interest. And this is what I'm trying to get to. Yes, you're right. There's always been, not always, but there's definitely been the party A, party B thing. But I'd argue that in numerous times, this country has managed to then pull together. After that 4-year shit, you know, 4 years goes by, we all go to war again because we want to decide who's going to sit on the hot seat again for a while. And then after that, the country has managed to at least come back together in the most part.
So
yeah, the last time I remember us being really together was after the terrorist attacks.
Yep. So here's you're making my point for me without even knowing it. Here's the difference. Community. We don't have it. And if you don't have it, you don't have unity. They are synonyms, community and unity. What happened in 9/11? 9/11, fuck you. You messed with America. I've never seen so many flags. I've never seen so many high fives. I've never seen so many humans so invested in being part of the tribe towards the common goal and the common enemy. And when we get in this internal debate of 1,000 enemies, there are 1,000 enemies today. There used to be like 2 or 3. Hey, Russia, they're shit. Yeah, all right. Screw the Ruskies. Cold War. Let's do this. Right? Common enemy. America got behind it. Our parents dove under their school desks to hide from the atomic bomb because of the common enemy, right? Community. Yeah. There was community. We rallied together for a reason. The storm shelter wasn't in the basement. It was by the pool, right? It was community. Now there is no longer community in the geographic sense, and politics have always been local and will always be local. So we're trying to have global community and local politics, and those two don't jive.
So and I was actually talking Krabik and I, Tim, didn't have the sticking power. Agreed. Okay, forget that one. So basically, the only way this country comes together is if we have a common enemy. So we either need to be at war or have gone through something where we've killed sufficient people, or sufficient of our people have died in a short period of time, because a long period doesn't do it, because we still have Afghanistan going on, we still have the sandbox going on, and there are still plenty of people dying, but it doesn't bring us together because they're dying over an extended period of time. It's page 10 of the news rather than page 1 of the news. So
this country declares war on everything. Drugs, media, you name it. It's a war on this. It's a war on that. It's a war. I mean, we're so quick to declare war on it because we are aligned only for the common enemy. How our country was formed is based on an alignment of disconnected groups towards the cause of a common enemy. The 13 colonies were not a homogenous group of things. it was very different. I want to do it this way and I want to do it that way. And that's why I'm in this colony and you're in that colony. The entire existence of the United States was based on that idea. And what caused us to go for freedom and why we declared independence and wrote that document was on the basis of a common enemy. So Massachusetts and Boston, or no, I was going to say Boston. It's in Massachusetts. Massachusetts and New England.
You got New England, that whole New England area. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Banded together as 13 completely sovereign, independent entities towards a common enemy. The United States was founded on the idea of state sovereignty. I live in Minnesota because I like the laws. I like good healthcare. I like the fact that in Minnesota, if you need healthcare, you will absolutely get it. 100% guaranteed. If you're here and you're in need of healthcare, you can get healthcare.
Which
and
is,
you can also have all the guns you want. You can also have
which is
stars and blow dart guns.
absolutely ridiculous to me that you have those laws and literally across the field from you,
yes,
somebody else has got totally separate laws, and you're in the
correct.
same freaking country.
That is correct.
The same darn country.
I can't tell which side of the St. Croix River I'm on. That's
right.
the river that divides Minnesota from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah. I
know,
know.
Well,
yeah, but you can smell when you're in Wisconsin.
Well, that's different. That's different. That's because they stink. They cheeseheads.
Well, that's only because we keep beating the damn useless football team. You know, if you actually had a football team that was worth it, we'd be all right.
Us? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You should take.
You can't go. That's a low blow. Shame on you. Shame on you, Chris. Low blow. Don't be coming at us about the freaking fight.
You talk about showing some grace. I mean, give us some. You should pity us, man.
We hosted the Super Bowl and nobody died. We get credit.
Yeah, there we go. Actually, that is a good point. I probably need to change the lab colors, don't I? If we're actually going to go down this one, I'm actually going to do low blows. Please hold.
Please hold. He's going to go. He's going to go cheese head colors. There you go. Beautiful.
That's what I thought. Damn you!
Go Pack. Wait, did I just say that out loud? Fuck me.
Yeah, that's on record. What are you doing? You're going to get crucified.
Yeah.
People take the sports ball too serious.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. It's got to have a little bit of fun until I get crucified.
It goes back to community. It goes back to something I said last week. We the people. I think I said it the week before that. What do you want out of this government? What do you want out of your life? What do you want out of society? It's time to make new decisions. We're in a new world.
But you know, I agree, man. But I think people are like sheep. They are. They want to be sheep. You see them act like and behave.
Individual people are smart. Groups of people.
No. But sadly, the herd mentality is very, very strong, man. You think? I agree with you that
inconvenience and laziness. That's rooted in the American way.
Say anything.
It's the American way, Evan. It's laziness. It's why
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you chose to be a sheep or if you are a sheep. You're still a sheep.
Well, you know what I mean? We need better shepherds.
Bingo. And that's what I'm saying. We need some fucking leadership. You know what I mean? You look at the two people that might be potentially, the two people that are candidates for president of the United States. Okay. And it's like shit leader and shit leader.
Yeah. Well, and let's be really honest for a second, guys. So here you go. Trump gets back in, there's riots. Okay? There's riots and there's lawsuits. It's going to happen. Biden gets in. 3 to 6 weeks into his presidency, he's declared unfit and he's replaced with Camilla. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. The guy, I've seen him talk. He's not fit. He's not fit. I've seen him speak. He's not fit. They're gonna
know. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
So what? Then he's just a shadow puppet? Joe, make sure you read from the teleprompter, Joe. Don't have a thought because it's gonna go somewhere crazy. You're gonna start talking about kids rubbing your legs and shit. Don't do that. Talk about it happened. I saw the video.
Yeah. But at least okay, all right. So then I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that one.
Okay.
He's back in the system.
Yeah.
The system has more control now. The system is going to have compliance. When the system says don't fucking use Twitter at 2 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the morning because you're pissed off.
It should just be a rule. We should just make that a rule for everybody.
But it doesn't
work. You
work.
included. You need sleep.
That is true. Okay, can't disagree on that one. I will take that rule. But when the system says do something, that individual who is the figurehead will do it, as opposed to will rebel against it. Will that bring a little bit more?
Okay, so believe it or not, I like a little rebellion.
There's a difference between a little rebellion and
unmitigated chaos.
There we go.
A little rebellion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm okay with a little rebellion. I'm okay with stirring it up. I got to be honest. When Trump came in, apart from a little bit of shock and some other things, what I really wanted was for him literally to be sitting at the trade table with China and physically reach across the table, grab them by both lapels, and go, "What the fuck are we doing? Get this shit figured out." That's rebellion to me. That would have figured shit out. What we got was a little bit of window licking craziness where we played chicken. Sometimes well, sometimes not so well. And we didn't have a good roadmap for that. I would argue that if Biden comes in, the system gets put back in place, good or bad as it is. Good or bad as it is. We have, it's not one person.
Okay, but the guy has dementia. So at some point in a 4-year term,
I'm
being honest with what you can see it. You can see it. You do not have to be a medical doctor to diagnose that he has. And by the way, so everybody knows, Ryan is what you call an in the middle kin. And I don't like either party. I think it's a fucking joke that we, the people, put up with the shit we put up with instead of getting involved and fixing it like we're allowed to do by the Constitution. And Evan dropped because, where'd you go? Come
Evan's
back.
Done. Evan's just gone to go get the guns.
Checked out. He's like, screw you guys, I'm going
Evan's
home.
Done. He's like, fuck it, I'm getting guns. We're done with this talking shit. We're just going to go fix the problem. End of discussion.
Cartman, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I believe we, the people, have failed ourselves. It blows my mind. We're talking about less than 500 people.
Yeah, that decided an election.
Every human I've ever talked to in this country or others goes, what the fuck is the deal? I don't understand how long that can go on for before we get fed up with it and say, it's broken. You're not doing what you said you would do. You're not fulfilling the job we've hired you and pay you cash money to deliver on. I would have fired this development team a long time ago.
Totally absolutely cannot disagree with you on that one.
The dev team, they'd have been
they would be fired. They would be out on the streets.
I said build the widget this way. I don't know what the fuck this is, but you're fired.
It ain't a widget. It ain't doing what I needed to do. So let's fast forward 3 weeks. What are we on? You got a week left of lunacy. And then you've got a week left before they give or take a bit close the polls, and then we go from there. And then my concern is, like, how the hell can we all right, let's start with the easy question. Can we repair? I want a simple answer. We can.
Yes.
You think so?
100%.
The people.
This country is the greatest country that has ever existed in the history of the world because of one simple
thing. No, come on.
Yes.
Okay, put the flag down. No.
Sorry.
No, God damn, put the damn flag down.
American exception.
Put the flag down.
I'm going there.
Put the flag. No,
greatest country ever in the history of the world, and for one simple reason.
No.
It is built on the premise that if I come to this country and put forth my all, I can be somebody. And Chris, I am living proof. The fact I share company with you is living proof that in this country, no matter what you come from or where you start or what you start with, if you persevere, if you put forth the effort, the investment, the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and the love, you absolutely can achieve. And nowhere else is that as true as it is here. and fight me on that. I'm the guy with the sign on the thing sipping his coffee. This is what I believe. Fight me on it. What do you got?
Fucking bigot.
Asshole.
Oh, all right. I got a couple of options for you. But we got to go back in history on these ones.
No. Right now, this minute. Anywhere to live in the world. Right now, today, 10:47 Central Standard Daylight Time, whatever fucking side of that weird fence we're on. 10/29/2020. Best place in the world to be. United States of America. Hard stop.
St. Kitts.
What did you say? St. Kitts?
St. Kitts.
What?
New Zealand.
Oh. Ooh, shit.
Oh, good call. All right.
Yeah.
Other than that,
fuck, you might have me there. I mean, I really like the way they do things. They got, but I'm gonna say no.
Rugby,
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I have more freedom here because you know what I can't have in New Zealand? Lots of guns. So you lose that argument. I can have lots of guns here. I can have things that go boom and bang and pow, and you love that stuff. So
I do, but I could substitute it for a lot of other things.
Nope. No, you cannot. There is no substitute. No bullshit. There is no substitution for the feeling of your chest compressing in from a high energy explosive charge.
I'm actually going to see if I can actually have an explosive license in New Zealand.
All right. So hold up a second. So the reason why you feel that way, and I love the pride in your country, right? Every countryman should have pride in the country they call home, right? Yes. It goes back to your community. If I lived in England, if I lived in France, the fact that I live there, I better fucking love it, right? Because these are my brothers, these are my sisters, these are people that I'm, together with. And I think, to be honest, yes, it can be repaired. Anything can be repaired.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. I mean, in my prediction, it's not going to happen for at least 4 more years because I don't see the leadership in this group that can make it happen. You need to have a leader who has a vision of unity, a leader who has a vision of grace, a leader who has a vision of togetherness, a leader who has an ability to reach across the aisle, to compromise, to communicate well, to do all these things, and we don't have that now, and we won't have it in this. Whether it's Trump who gets elected, he's very divisive. You may agree with some of the things he does, and some of the things he doesn't. But you gotta say, no matter what part you're on, he's divisive. Well, that's not going to bring you together. And then, Biden, I think, I don't know, man. Just my opinion, he's weak.
He is an old man with dementia. So yes, he is weak. He has dementia.
I think he's measured. He's measured. I would say
Chris,
he's measured.
That's malarkey.
He's more
That's
measured.
malarkey. I'm calling malarkey.
Because the only reason you're calling malarkey is you've had 4 years of window-looking lunacy that anybody else that's less lunatic looks like they're absolutely, useless.
Look, any functional human 2020 was the best yard sign I ever saw.
Okay, I will go with that one. Just 2 things. I
want to make one point of clarity.
Go for it quickly, and then I want to talk about New Zealand again.
My country is not blind. I understand we do some fucked up stuff. I understand that we have mishandled, mismanaged, and 50 monkeys fucking a football when it comes to how we've dealt with this COVID and how we've dealt with our international relations. I get it. That does not negate what I said. Nowhere else on earth do you have the opportunity that you have here. If you do not believe me, I ask you to go to Amazon.com. I ask you to go to Microsoft.com. Those empires were built out of the spirit of this country that I can have fuck all and start an empire out of my garage.
Okay, all right.
I can find that too many other places.
There we go. You'll find it in other places. There are some amazing companies
There are,
that haven't
but not
made
too
it to
many.
this country.
And we started that shit, by the way. Just saying.
But there's
No, hell
You're
no, you
welcome.
did not. No. East India Trade Company. Get the fuck out of here. You know,
doing your empire shit. I got
damn right. Yeah, we started that shit.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
Look,
empirical
you
things?
You might be the OGs of world domination, but we have done it way better.
By the way,
better.
I can have an explosives license in New Zealand, and I can have certain weapons in New Zealand. So, actually, you know, Rachel's right. I hate to say this. We actually need Rachel on this one. Look at Rachel. Yeah, if
she's not wrong. She's not wrong. She's absolutely not wrong.
But at what point? But seriously, I get this. There's a couple of things. One, there's more to society. There's more to community than just successful companies and finding financial success and other things, right? There are social justice issues, and even in the color and gender thing, there's a reason why I always like this analogy. The windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror always, right? Because that's where you're supposed to be looking. You use the rearview mirror to look at things that I can learn from. What I don't use the rearview mirror for is to drive, right? So I can't be constantly held back by, oh, but you remember what you did to the Native Americans. You remember what you did. That should happen in the past. That was a different time, different thing. What am I going to do going forward to make things better? That's learning from what I learned, right? I look back and say, yes, I agree. We can't treat people like that. We can't treat people groups like that. We can't do shit like that. What are we going to do about it going forward? And that's what I'd like us to do more as a country, right? Rather than burning our fucking cities down, rather than calling all cops bad, there are bad cops. They're not all bad. I have a son who's a cop. He's a fucking awesome cop, right? And we need police, right? They serve us. Can we ever put ourselves in the shoes of other people and try to walk in them and think about the shit that they have to go through every single fucking day? You take that shit for granted.
It's uncomfortable.
But this is what I'm talking about. As a leader, you can walk this way. You can think like, all right, and then start to lead that shit. So, as far as, racial injustice, let's talk about what are some solutions. What are some things that we can do that are tangible things to level the playing field for underprivileged, underserved people groups? And it's not just gender and race. There's also belief, underprivileged groups. And there are white people, believe it or not, who are living in poverty as well that can't get access to the same things that I can here in suburban America. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's fucking do solutions. I would never tolerate ever any destruction. You don't destroy shit to make shit better. You know what I mean? So burning down your cities, let's talk about that. I understand how you're frustrated. I understand how you're fed up with this shit. I get it. So let's talk about a solution for real.
But that's the difference. You're willing to come to the table to have that conversation. I haven't seen that willingness in such a way as stated as you've put it now. I've seen blame apportioned. I've seen deflection. I've seen a lot of other things. What I haven't seen is that openness. And honestly, I don't see that. And that's my concern. I don't see that openness.
But here's the problem.
Forward by any leader, to be perfectly honest. I don't see that.
Here's the problem. That's what they're fucking elected to do.
So
why in the hell are we still sitting here year after year, election after election, putting up with this bullshit? They are put in place to solve these very fucking issues. That is their job. That is why they got my tax money, and they didn't do their fucking job. And if I give my money to somebody and I don't get the product that I fucking paid for, I get my money back.
All right, but here's the thing.
So where's my tax refund for your failure to do your job as an elected official?
Here's the thing. Almost anybody who is willing to run for that higher level of office, who is any good, isn't willing to go through the shit it takes to get there. That I think is part of the problem. Anybody, I mean, we could probably all sit here now and rattle off half a dozen people that could do an amazing job of bringing this country back together. I would absolutely say, without a shadow of a doubt, from Oprah to half a dozen other amazing people out there, I would imagine those people who bring this country back together absolutely fantastic, but nobody's willing to go through the amount of shit it takes to do it. You think of being dissected, of torn to pieces, of being shredded by everybody, of being hated by people that don't even listen to you or understand you or know you. Nobody wants to put them through. We've got business leaders that would be, you talked about Microsoft, you talked about Apple and stuff like that. Could you imagine putting those people in charge? Anybody along those lines who has the acumen, who has the knowledge, who has the capability, who has the ability to bring people together, doesn't want to go through the shit of the journey of doing it. It's a fucking nightmare to watch it.
Which is why I advocate for becoming non-optional. Public service. It's jury duty. You got the fucking letter. You have the IQ. You're generally morally balanced and not a sociopath. You do your fucking 4 years. You do it like the civil service it's supposed to be. Civil
service.
Service is painful. Service is uncomfortable. Service is sacrifice. Service is not your will, but the will of others. This is service. Civil service. It's in the fucking name. We have diverted so far away from what it was supposed to be. It's in the name.
How?
Go back to it.
How?
Legislation. We have to sue. Somebody has to file a class action lawsuit against the U.S. government for its current practices of operation. It's the way our government's structured. It's the way our system's structured. The only way to bring about change is through lawsuit and bringing forth legislation to the floors of the various houses and senates across the country. That's it. That's all you can do. Those are your two options.
Ugh,
That's it. I know it sucks, but those are the options. That's what we have at our disposal. Those are the tools our founding fathers gave us. Those are the tools at our disposal to use. You can sue and take it through the courts, or you can pass it as legislation. But at some point, we, the people, need to fucking get off of whatever convenience train we're stuck on and take a vested interest in our future. And if we don't, well, guess what, Buttercup? Suck it up. That's what you got. Fucking deal with it. Your inaction resulted in getting the outcome you got, and tough cookies. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Shut up. Quit your noise making in whatever form and format that comes in.
I mean, it sucks. And I think that, again,
maybe that sounds harsh. Maybe the listeners are like, this guy's crazy. I don't know.
No, you got some good. The people are great.
I don't understand how lackluster we are for the democracy we created. Nobody seems to give a shit.
Well, they do.
One of these days, I am going to run for office, and y'all going to learn some kind of awful business about me, and I'm going to have to stand there in front of the microphone and go, "Yep, I did that shit. I'm real sorry. I don't live that way anymore. My apologies." Doesn't change that I'm actually going to fight for you and do what's right. I don't know what else to do. I'm running out of options. I have shit for choices. Hell, here in Minnesota, when I filled out my ballot, 98% of the judges were uncontested. Why?
Oh, you showed that one. Yeah, it was a you woman. You showed that one. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? That's insanity. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not somebody of any whatever. I mean, no, but
the answer, dude, I mean, the answer is simple. It truly, I mean, I love simple, and simple, I get simple. Simple minds get simple shit. It's love. And, that word's been stolen and used for so many different things than what love really is, right? If you look up what love means, it is selfless, right? I mean, we have had leaders in the past who have led selflessly, who have done what's best for the country, regardless of what's best for me. Right. For me, I could give two fucking shits. And, and one of the things that happened, and it plays out kind of this week, right? And I take this as like just justification that I think I'm leading the way I'm supposed to be leading. You know, there was a bunch of shit that went down this week, right? You had the ransomware attacks and all this other fucking shit going on, and it was just a shitty week. Not shitty, but just a lot of shit going on. And you know, long story short, people are in it for their own glory, right? And so they get the glory for whatever. I get a text message from Homeland Security that says, hey, the shit that you provided really filled in some blanks for us. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Nobody else will know about that except for people listening here and me and this person. And that means more to me than any kind of accolades, because it's like, I don't give a fuck who gets credit for shit. We got to fix shit. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of leader I think we need. And so I try to, you know, I mean, I think if you want to make a change for stuff, try being the person that you want the change to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop being an asshole.
I love that saying, and I live by that saying. The change you want to see. It's what gets me out of bed every day. Be the change you want to see. It's why I do this. It's why I'm here tonight. It's why I give my time and my love and my passion and my energy. Do people understand what having this level of passion for something does to you 24/7? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I give a lot, and I give a lot because I love, and this is something Evan connected with me on early on in our relationship. I love people. I love you. I really do. All you that are listening, I care about you in a way and at a level that maybe you've never even experienced before. Now, I'm not going to do that to the detriment of myself. I'm not one of those individuals, but I love and I trust 100%. It's up to you to fuck that up.
All right. I'm going to fuck it up.
Yay!
Here's why I'm going to fuck it up. Be the change you want to be, or be the change you want to see is great if you are, when I use the word educated, I'm not talking about certificates or degrees or shit like that.
Yeah, it's not books. It's life. Yeah.
It's life. Be the change you want to be as if you're educated in life. Be the change you want to be as if you have the nous or the sense to understand what a better way could be or should be. Be the change you want to be as if you can see further than the end of your fucking nose. Be the change you want to be as if you are a human that cares about something. You're not a fucking narcissist. So that be the change you want to be or be the change you want to see comes with caveats.
Of course.
Yeah, but people don't think that way. Be the change
you
want.
The world needs ditch diggers. Because the world needs ditch diggers. We often overlook, especially those of us that are educated, those of us that have a different viewpoint, we often overlook. The world needs ditch diggers. I have a family member who I love immensely, deeply, deeply. One of my favorite people, and is so simple in his existence, right? You might call him a hunyuk, right? A hunyuk or a simpleton, or
right.
There's all kinds of negative terms because this person is not versed in anything.
Yeah.
Got up every day. They did the job they could do as hard as they could do it.
Yeah, totally.
Every day.
Yeah.
Earn their keep. They did their best with their family. They didn't have a lot to put in because they didn't have a lot to give.
I kind of have envy. I have envy at that point sometimes. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Very, very simple, but a beautiful human being, a pure spirit, somebody who loves selflessly, right?
So what's the
100% susceptible to scams, right?
And that's
100% susceptible.
And that's it, because they don't think that other people in life are ever going to do anything harm to them. And there is a big part of me sometimes that would look at that and go, I like that life. I like the life where I don't have to deal with that. There is a level of, go on, sorry, Evan.
No. Go back to your point, Chris, because I think it's a really valid point. You do have to have I don't know, it's a gift, skill set, something to where you can, see further, right? That you can, I guess, lead, right? Lead well and not want to take credit for shit, but it's our job, the people that do have that gift, and it's just a gift, right? There's nothing nothing you do, you just have it or you don't, right? Just like I can't play because I'm slow as hell and I'm fat and stuff.
I actually disagree with you on the have it, not have it. It's cognitive ability, and there are established training techniques for increasing your cognitive ability. This goes back to metacognition.
There's still some things that just don't have the gift.
Well,
there's just gifts that people have.
I will agree. I have met and know people who are
and to the point I was trying to get to that Chris was saying before you fucking interrupted me. Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Because you did it last time too, and I'm like, fuck, man, let me get this out of my fucking brain before it's gone. It'll never come back again. But it's our job to mentor other people, to teach other people too, right? We talked about this with our book, that we're going to write. What things can we pass on to this next generation, right? That's another act of service.
Yeah.
If we know something, if we can help people, it behooves us to help people and then make other people like us, replicate us. Anyway, that was my point. Now you can have the floor, Ryan.
Hey, by the way, that's how it works. You have to step on me. It's ADHD. You just jump in, tell me to shut up. I'm okay with it.
Dude, I take no offense.
Well, neither do I. So let's not be two guys standing there not taking offense. You speak up. Tell me, be quiet. Be quiet, boy. I'm trying to finish my thoughts here.
Wait, do I have control to Zoom? Can I mute your ass?
Oh, great. Fucking debate. Fantastic. We've gone to debate level. The world's done. It's over. Oh my God.
We have lost democracy. It just went.
Evan, where's the mute button? Those guys, shut up.
Let me see if I can do it. Hold on.
We have entered the dictatorship. I love this.
Oh,
this is awesome. Oh yeah, you're done. You just got your ass muted.
He can't talk anymore.
Oh God, we've just hit it. We've hit a dictatorship.
I baked it.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that makes me. Oh, that's funny.
Wait.
And I can't override it.
No.
I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I just wanted to see if I could.
Oh, it's fantastic. I do not mind. No, it's because awesome. I get so fired up about this.
I get it, man. I love your passion.
It gets me hot under the collar. I'm so over it, man. I wake up every day and I'm like, why? Please, disclaimer. No one take what I'm about to say with any offense whatsoever. I do not mean it in any context that you might interpret it. But I'm having a Rodney King moment. Can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
I don't understand why this is so hard. We're not that damn different. And this is true in our business, guys. This is true with this crap we've dealt with this week. It's this idea that we can't get along because I got to get some kind of advantage up and over you instead of helping you.
Well, it's that, and I mean, we all know what the talk is, and we all know what we're discussing, and the individuals we're talking about. It's me. It's the me thing. So it's all about me. It's back to what Evan said. It's the what can I do to promote myself?
Mm-hmm.
It's also the other thing that is really dangerous on this one, which I've seen unfortunately a couple of times from one of these particular individuals, is overstating a fact. Or taking a piece of information and conjecture and implication and everything else that goes with it. Unless you can come to me and show me exactly what you have and prove to me what you have, everything else is just purely potential, conjecture, all those other words. It's sure as hell ain't cold, hard freaking facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and when it comes to topics like that, you have to You have to be careful. You get a lot of people real excited.
Well, especially with that. And I think that's the thing. People want that. And I've seen it. Unfortunately, I saw it before. I'd have to dig it out. There was another instance. Hey, just a quick heads up on a technicality. The angry intern just said it switched to speaker view instead of gallery view. So we're on a different view. Evan, just a quick one. I ran across this a while ago. I think we're talking a couple of years ago now, when there was another issue that came up where it's like X amount of accounts have been stolen, X amount of systems have been stolen. And unfortunately, rather than sitting down and collaborating with people and understanding with people and working with people to really get to the bottom of exactly what it was, they went off and did their own thing. They grabbed the glory, the short-term glory. And in the end, the long-term was a lot of us, unfortunately, got egg on our face because the industry got kicked in the nuts, because the industry got blamed for one person's basically jumping off in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, Evan and I were talking about something earlier today that I think is a fascinating concept. It'll be a show by itself, but I'll throw it out there. The lack of licensing in our business and the need for licensing of incident responders.
Ooh.
And holding them accountable to a standard and having rules around IOC disclosure and rules around cooperative interaction with the ISACs, with CISA, with DHS, right?
Yeah.
And really setting an enforceable standard for a code of ethics and operation standards. And until we achieve that, I think it's the same 50 monkeys fucking a football that we've had up until now.
We definitely have seen better improvements in
monkeys fucking football. Love
I
it.
know. We need that as a logo as well. We definitely need
it's 50 monkeys fucking a football. It's ridiculous.
We have that. We have better in vulnerability disclosure. It's not perfect, but we have a better way of doing that these days. There is, I would argue, it's better. It's way better than it was. Way better than it was.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, it was the wild west.
Well, and what we need to do is, okay, let's just say, the shit that happened this week. I was trying to find facts. I have no idea. I hear this shit over here, this shit over here, this shit over here. I got my team seeing this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then you got this other input that's like 427 hospitals, and you're like, what? No shit. Yeah. Well, fuck. And it's not like 427 banks, right? That's money. We can figure that shit out. This is like hospitals. These are people that, like, in the most vulnerable times of their lives, they're going to this place to go get some treatment, and it's not going to be fully functional. That's a big fucking deal for me. So then, you go through all this shit and you're trying to find facts and you're trying to find collaboration, corroboration, whatever, and you're finding bits and pieces, and you're going to the places where you really trust, and people are playing. It's not that they're not playing square with me. You're not playing square with me. You're withholding information for whatever reason. And I just need the straight skinny so that I can instruct my team and know if I'm part of this, or know if other people that I touch or that I can help, are they part of this? And so it leads to this whole clusterfuck. And so you kill 3 days. Basically, 3 days pass where we're still trying to fucking figure out shit, which is so distracting, when I think a much simpler. And one of the things about, just calling out problems, that's easy. Any lazy ass can call out problems and point at shit, and same thing happens in my own teams, right? They know better now than to come to me with just a problem. You know what I mean? Come to me with a potential solution, or at least entertain a solution that I'm going to present then to you. So like in all this shit, it's like, here's a possible solution. So I'm writing up a plan. I ran it past you, Ryan. I ran it past, FR Secure's president. I ran it past a few others. Chris, I'll run it past you when I got something more substantial. Okay. Because you guys are all people that I trust. You guys are all people that are like, poke holes in this shit. And I don't care if any one of you, I don't care if anybody fucking takes it. I was also had a meeting this morning with our chief operating officer. And I think a real important management quality. One of the things that makes a manager really good or a leader really good is being comfortable with other people taking credit for your work. If it's furthering a mission, right? I don't care who gets credit. So this plan that we're going to create and then we're going to take and share, if somebody else wants to take it and run it and make a big name for themselves, have at it. Just solve the fucking problem. And the problem here is we've got, I don't know, thousands of incident response teams that are all on the ground doing all kinds of a bunch of other shit. Some of them are qualified to do the work. Some of them are not qualified to do the work. Some of them are working in critical infrastructure. Some of them are working in just small to mid-sized businesses, but they're all off doing their own fucking thing. And there's no collaboration. There's no corroboration of, there's no information sharing that happens. You've got the ISACs and people are like, well, that's the shit. No, it's not the shit.
No, it's not.
I can't get access to the fucking ISAC.
Talk to each other.
And I'm not
the problem is the ISACs, it's what I mean. I have a love-hate with InfraGard and the other stuff. I mean, I love the fact that they can bring evidence in and bring intelligence in and disseminate it, but it's disseminating it in a timely fashion. It's doing it without prejudice. It's doing it to people that aren't just members. This shouldn't be a fucking boys club. This should be actually every single damn person inside whatever ISAC it is. They pick up the fucking phone or the email to and they say, hey, we got a problem and you need to know about it. And by the way, this information's fresh. It's 20 minutes old. End of discussion.
Here's the biggest problem with ISACs. They don't allow the private sector to participate. Remember, you must be at least as of the last time I was in the public sector, so 1 year ago.
Yeah.
You had to be a member of a public entity to be part of the ISACs.
When you say part, that's so
at least the multi-state.
Well,
so to be a member and get alerts and actually get the intel feeds and things like that, you had.
Well, and let's say that you could make the ISACs actually work.
Yeah.
The one of the big concerns I have is, let's say that, play this out. The number 427 hospitals came up in this whole discussion of things amongst people.
Yeah.
And if I put myself in the attacker's, seat, why wouldn't I just flip the fucking switch? Why wouldn't I just ransom 427 hospitals at one time and not do the onesie twosie, not do whatever?
Right.
Why not just flip the switch?
Well, that
and
was,
if I did that,
yeah.
Can you imagine the fucking, because there'd be no information sharing. We're on the ground over here and this, these 5 hospitals, you're over there. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. And the way attackers work on large scale attacks, they test their software just like development shops test their software, right? If I'm going to do a large scale attack, I'm going to test it, before I do flip that switch, because I want to make sure that the switch is actually going to work. And so if I see a test, a set of IOCs, for instance, that are shared in a database, and I see, a ransomware attack down in Florida, those IOCs are shared with this database, and then I see another one pop up in San Jose, IOCs are shared, and I see one in Minnesota, and I see, shit, these are really similar. And I'm also sharing, the command and control, communications channels, IPs, and domain names. Well, then I can start being proactive. I can start actually cutting down communications while attackers are in other places. And I can just imagine the frustration that they would have being like, oh shit, we just lost Wisconsin. Oh shit, we just lost New York. Fuck, okay. We got to redeploy. You know what I mean? It puts us in a much better position to be much more proactive and much less like clusterfuckedness.
Especially at the moment. I mean, you've got COVID cases are increasing. You've got ICUs. I was talking to Jen earlier, and Jen's like, ICU usage is going up. It's double digit percentage increasing at the moment. And you introduce and then again, I think this is the other thing that pisses me off as well. You're going to tell me you've got 427 and give me the fucking names. Tell me who it is so that I can actually help protect, or I can help defend, or I can do something. Right. I can make aware. And if you've got such a precise number, that fucking number's come from somewhere. And if you're not willing to share it,
that's a pretty precise number.
Yeah, it's not, hey, around 500 getting.
Yeah, it's not 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, can't even tell you. I was pissing off everybody.
Good.
Like everybody got tired of my fucking text messages. They got tired of my phone calls. I'm like, sorry, man, but fuck. I can't go to bed tonight knowing that I might wake up tomorrow morning to a catastrophe.
Well, yeah, exactly. And 427 is a lot, again, especially at the moment. I mean, you think about it, talk about a prime time to strike. Prime time to strike is you already have COVID cases are increasing, which means you're going to affect, which is, we know it's affecting at least one of the individuals in the election cycle. So what do? You cripple the hospitals and you stop their ability to actually protect people effectively. And then that individual gets hit again, and then COVID is increasing. You've just changed the course of the election. End of discussion. Whether it was heading that way or not.
My money's on Monday, just so you know. I got money riding on Monday.
Whether it was heading in that direction or not is absolutely immaterial. You have changed the course of the system. End of discussion.
Yeah. And my money's on Monday. I think Monday you're going to see something happen.
I wouldn't. It's hard to disagree because although
there's too much that points at, yes, it might be overblown, it might be whatever. It's not nothing. It's too specific of a number. I'm sorry, if you're making up numbers, you don't make up 427.
Right. Exactly. That's not a number you make up. Unless,
Nope. You make up 500. You make up 550.
Mm-hmm.
You do not make up for. It's too specific
number. Well, I mean, we were all talking this week. I mean, we've all been talking this week about collecting how many. I mean, we just finished doing a test on a couple that were challenged. We just finished doing some other stuff on an organization that was challenged. Evan, you've been talking about like A, B, C, and D in this ones, and we're all having a hearsay of onesie twosies. But I think you're right. Onesie twosies are great, but it's not a whammy.
Oh, it's testing.
Yeah.
It's testing. Does my shit work the way I thought it did? Let's roll it out against here. Yep, works great.
Yeah, exactly. The answer seems to be yes.
I don't know about you guys, but what I see from, and mind you, people, I live in a bubble of paranoia.
John Kittleson is very nice, saying they will think they will be able to filter all traffic on the internet and find the bad stuff before it's an issue. I wish that was the case. Great.
Yeah, let me talk about your invasion of privacy and how the ACLU will never let that happen. However,
I hate to say it at this point in time. We let's not even go. While we have that conversation, I'm going to go get some water and possibly some more alcohol for a second. So please excuse me for a minute. I'm out of water.
I bid you adieu, sir.
He's
temporary.
A dude. You bid him a dude? Is that right? I bid you a dude.
I don't know, man. I don't understand that language.
Is that what
I'm American?
You top ball. You bid for dudes.
I only speak American. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. People look for easy buttons, right? And some of these things aren't easy buttons. Some of these things are difficult problems to solve. You will need, what is the harm and damage in information security incident responders throughout the country being coordinated and working together? Right? Not only
no harm and damage in that. What one will sell you on is the idea that somehow creates a financial disadvantage for my company's profits.
Well, and in the chat, they're talking about 450, 425. 427 was an actual number that we received from a credible.
Yeah.
Right. Wait, can you see my credible source that also received from another credible source? And it's funny because it went from 427 to 428 and then back to 427. I'm like,
well, because they were counting the command and control server.
No. I mean, if you want to know my true belief now, it's
keep us out of the ditch. No ditches.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
What was your take again? No ditches.
I'll tell you a signal.
There we go. Love you.
Here's the other thing that pisses me off. Sorry.
Oh, that's a hell of a comeback. Well, I went to go potty in water, and now that I come back, let me tell you what pisses me off.
Yeah. We've this
So
this
he looked down and he noticed.
yeah, you know,
Shit!
here's here's the other thing that pisses me off. So
No, I'm pissed. I thought it was bigger.
Getting too old for that, I tell you. Ain't happening
We all
anymore.
know better information security does lead to a better sex life. Don't believe me? Ask Evan.
I'm writing something on this. There's something to it. We can become the Viagra of information security if we figure this out.
That's a little scary. No, that's a little scary.
Who doesn't want better sex?
It's better sex, and then there's also the adverse effects of the Viagra thing. I don't need to get any. I do not need
adverse effects.
I do not need to be getting phone calls at 4:00 in the morning from young geeks who are sitting there and can't. They've iced it down for the last 6 hours, and the damn thing ain't happening.
Hey, it says right on the label, after 4 hours, go see a doctor. If they're calling you after 6, you answer the phone and say, I'm not a doctor. Read the label.
That ain't going to stop people from calling us at 4:00 in the morning. Remember that accountability thing? If we end up being there, we're going to get the phone calls.
You said if I take Viagra, I'd have better cybersecurity. I took 10.
No, you got that wrong. You got that wrong.
Yeah, rest my case. Yeah, shit ain't happening.
Yeah, I tried to change my password, so I took another Viagra.
Right.
I compensated by taking 2.
You're right. It said it needed
multi-factor. Multi-factor, right?
Artificial intelligence will save me. I took 3.
Just remember, if I have 15% of your password, my IQ is high enough to crack it.
Yeah, fuck you all. I am a genius.
Now I can't zip up my pants. I haven't been able to zip up my pants for a week.
Oh, God, help us.
Don't worry, Evan. I found the perfect outfit for you. It's a jumpsuit sweatsuit.
Ooh.
So the pants and the top are connected, and it's got like a side zipper that kind of comes up this way across the chest. Very fashionable, apparently incredibly comfortable. So I feel like that plus your slippers makes for like the ultimate relaxation outfit.
Where is this?
Let me find the link for you.
Does it come with a poop chute, or do you actually have to unzip it and take part of it?
You still have to zip down to poop.
Yeah, it's got to come with, if it's going to do the job properly, it's got to come with a poop chute. End of discussion.
Or just get some diapers. What the hell?
My dad does it. He likes it.
That's fair. A little bit messy. Anyway, while you're going on about this kind of stuff, so my other growl on this one. Go back to what we were talking about with our federal authorities and all that other shenanigans. Brains asleep. What was I going to say? I know what it was. Sorry, got distracted. Scroll moment. What I was also pissed off about is, we started talking about this week. At least from what we're understanding, our federal friends have been talking about it since at least last week.
Yeah, well, they're assholes because they lied.
Well, my first indicator was Friday at 10:30 p.m.
Okay, got it.
I got my call from Krebs on Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
And then that led me to you because I know you're just a really good, reliable source and somebody I trust. A lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, it's true, man. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to ping Chris and see if he knows anything. And you knew exactly where to go from there. Got me some good information, led me down another path that was really, really, really helpful in me trying to instruct my team. Because, honestly, we do 5-ish incident responses a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And we never get calls from Krebs.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he only sniffs around if it's newsworthy.
Right, and he dropped the number 427. Yeah. And so then my team calls me and they're like, "Hey, Krebs just called." And I'm like, "Really? What does he want?" And they said, "Well, something about 427 hospitals." I'm like, "Fuck, really? All right, let's get him on a call and find out what the hell he's doing." And he was just fishing. He had no credible information. I asked for the list. He had no list. I asked for, how did you know that we were working on this case? And he found a file. It turned out it was a partial Kerberos ticket it was probably a year or two old that he had found somewhere online somewhere. And so I'm like, well, that's not matching up. So I need more. And he, didn't give me more. So I was like, you fucker. Now, and he and I go back, right, about 12 years ago. When he was still at the Washington Post, we used to work on breaches together. I ran a blog that was called the Breach Blog, and we'd write about breaches. He would write about breaches for the Post, and I'd write about breaches for the Breach Blog.
Yeah.
Basically, you just take the shit that they were announcing in the breach and you tell people the real story. Like, this is what they said. This is what they really fucking meant.
This is what actually happened. Yeah.
And so that's how we got to know each other. And then he went off, got fired or left or whatever, and then got a big name, big head, and that was it.
Yeah, it's frustrating, like seriously frustrating.
Rachel, yes, I concur.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost it. I think I've messed up I've messed up the thing again.
All right, so I missed it. I'm sorry, Chris. I think I interrupted you again, man. What pisses you off?
Back to this, one of the biggest things that frustrates me again, it's kind of like piggybacking off what you were saying, which is in this industry, one of the things that pisses us off is I'm going to hold the information. I'm not going to share it with the industry. I'm not going to share it with everybody else. I'm going to hold it, make a name for myself, get my own fucking website with my own exploit. Quit that shit. You know what? Tell everybody, because then, especially in healthcare, you actually maybe save a life or two, which, let's see, fucking worth it. I just don't get it. I just don't fucking get it.
Well, it's the fame and glory, man.
Well, and so part of this plan that we're putting together, that I'm going to put together, and I want to propose it. I want to go through them from multiple angles, right? Because we have a lot of people that we have to get, kind of connected with this. But in the plan, it's not only do you need to be licensed to practice incident response and critical infrastructure. We'll start with critical infrastructure. You have to demonstrate some level of capability that you can actually do that. But the really important part in this is, in order to be licensed, you have to share IOCs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in IOCs, there's no personally identifiable information. There's no confidential information in IOCs.
Right.
I'm talking about command and control shit. I'm talking about, payloads, hashes, shit like that. I'm not talking like, give me their machine names. And, that's not IOC.
Something that somebody can use elsewhere to identify whether they are about to be or have been nailed at this point in time and can do something effective about it. Simple shit. And
if you don't share, you can't be licensed.
Now,
if you practice not being licensed, that's a criminal matter.
I'm interested in this one because we can have this conversation elsewhere, but obviously at the moment, the biggest challenge on any of that stuff is NDAs and shit that we typically have to sign before we can even walk on site.
And then, gentlemen, herein lies the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The cloak of secrecy in which we operate.
Ooh, yeah.
At times is counterproductive to the successful protection of the people we serve.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think there is a middle ground.
Yep.
To be able to disclose an appropriate level of information that is beneficial to our peers, but not harmful to the organization that we're in the employ of.
So let me add to that. That will only work if we are a united front. Perfect example. Let's say Evan and let's say Fred Blogs Incorporated gets their ass handed to them, calls up Evan and goes, "Hey, Evan."
What did I tell you about that phishing email?
Hey, Evan, I need some help. Evan goes, "Absolutely. I've got to go. Let me throw the NDA over to you." The NDA has a carve out to say, "Hey, I will help you, but I have an obligation to reveal this, and this criteria." And they're like, "Oh no, I don't do that. I'll go to Chris. Chris, what can you do?" Chris goes, "Hey, I'll definitely help you. Here's my NDA." The NDA has the carve out that's exactly the same as Evans that says, "Hey, I will happily help you. Here's my rate. Here's all this stuff. Here's what it'll take." And in doing so, I'm going to go back to my guild and help them understand what the problems are with A, B, and C. Not revealing any information. Same shit that Evan's got in his. don't like that one. Then they go to you. I'll pick on you for a second. Then they go to Ryan. They go to you, and Ryan's like, "Oh yeah, I got you covered." And the
I'm
NDA
shady as hell, dude. Don't even worry about it. We do that shit. We don't even need paperwork. We can do a handshake.
No.
Agreement. No, it's fine.
But that's why you have to go. But that's why you have to go to the licensed.
Yeah, but I don't have one of those. But I'm $50.
Then you can't work.
No, I'm $50 cheaper. I'm $50 cheaper.
You can't work the case.
I don't have a license. It's fine. I'm a fly-by-night operation. Listen, I will tell you I'm going to do a good job. I will shit the bed. I will fuck your network. And while I'm at it, I'll set up a fucking Bitcoin miner, because I got to make money somehow.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
We good, right? Right. That's acceptable. Yeah.
But listen, you're just discounting what I'm saying. I already said the thing.
Come on. I'm satirically reinforcing what you are saying.
Okay, good.
But
I'm not discounting it.
Here's the thing. The only way this works is if the market sticks together.
Well, I think it's a multi-pronged.
Yeah, hang on, one of you.
Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
No, Evan, you go.
No, I think it's a multi-pronged attack, right? You can't just go from one front. In part of the plan that I'm putting together, that I'll share with you and share with everybody, right? It's part of that plan is how do we implement? How would we get this to work? And like I said, I don't care who the fuck takes credit for it. Here's a plan. You want to make a name, go make a name. If you whatever. If there's already parts that are in place, yeah. Tim and I are T. Krebeck and I are already talking. He's a good guy.
Oh, Tim's good. Yeah, Tim. I really want to have some fun and just take the piss out of Tim while I'm sitting talking about it now, but I know it will come back and bite me right in the ass. So I'm not going to. Tim's good people. Fucking good people, actually.
Yeah. He's in the Daily Insanity too. So
no shit. So here's I would love to be in the Daily Insanity, but it is at some stupid hour of the morning. Those of us who
concur. Notice I haven't shown up to like the last 100.
It is at some silly hour of the morning. I am happy to do a Daily Insanity at like 10 o'clock at night, or even midnight. Actually, midnight would be better because.
So one of these days, though, Chris, seriously, you do have to wake up early. Let me know the day because I want to be there for it.
Well, one of your sales guys keeps hitting me up and saying, "Hey, I need to get my ass into it." Real nice individual.
No, probably the kid.
Stop.
We do child labor. It's a kid.
Yeah.
No.
Tell him I said stop. Say, hey, Ryan said on the shit show, you're supposed to stop bothering me.
No, he's actually nice. I will give him a shit ton lot of credit. Is it Chris? I think it's Chris. Is it? No, it isn't Chris. Hang on. Who the hell is it? Why is it?
I got $5 on Steve.
It is Steve. Steve Marsden. Yep.
UM. Winner.
UM.
So Steve is
Steve's
a
good people.
Lovely human being who is probably among the most persistent individuals I have ever met.
I've had times. I a really large healthcare organization, who's a customer of ours. They said, we'll sign with you if you promise that Steve will never call us again.
He is incredibly persistent. And I love that about him. That is one of the qualities in him I truly value. The guy
all the
is
conversations
not dissuaded by much.
No, all the conversations I've had with him have been absolutely fantastic. They've been really freaking nice conversations. But he is definitely like, hey, you need to come on. And I would do it, but 8 o'clock in the morning, my time zone, shit ain't happening.
No. No, and I'm not.
Hey, make me a promise. One night, you just stay up a little later.
Do we need,
all right. Yeah, actually, okay.
Join us at the tail end.
Let's jump on it. Let me get my calendar up. Let's actually set a date because know damn well
I'm into this.
One day never happens.
Right now. It's going
that
down.
shit never happens. That shit never happens.
Let me get some Outlook open. We're gonna do this.
You're killing me. 8 o'clock in the fucking
morning. I'm there every morning.
I look. I'm sorry. I have to ask for it. I'm the bad guy here. I don't mind.
You're a bad guy? No.
Sometimes I play one on TV.
You're a good guy.
Shh. Don't tell people that.
Oh, that reminds me.
Are they listening again?
Some people are.
The fucking Chinese.
Those people are always listening. I'm surprised.
Is it the Chinese?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyhow.
So I actually have to be up. I have to be up on the 10th. I have a meeting in the morning on the 10th at like 8:45. So how about we do the 10th next? So not next week, but the week after. At least let me have next week to get prepared for it.
November 10th.
November 10th.
I'm holding you to this.
All right, I'll make up for it. Hang on, I'm putting it on the calendar. Be up for
Evan, send him an updated link.
Yeah, because I have no clue where I'm going. Be up for what am I doing? FR secure thing. I'm just gonna put thing on there so I know what the hell it is. I'm just gonna block it off.
Yeah, I can't be there. I have to report to the workhouse on the 9th.
So I'm gonna turn up and you won't be there?
No, I'm kidding.
You got the workhouse again? Thought we talked
They keep
about
catching
this.
me. I know. They
Thought
keep
we
catching
talked about this. Look, dude. Look. You gotta go to my ID guy. He's got the good stuff. He'll give you the good stuff. It's legit. The barcode scan's good. You'll be on
The good
your
stuff?
way. Yeah,
The good stuff?
it's the good stuff. It's FBI verifiable background check level.
I've heard
That ain't saying much. The Keystone cops do better jobs than those little buddies.
It's going to cost you
I've
$50K,
heard-
but
I've heard about the good stuff.
Look,
I didn't think the good stuff. I thought it was all a myth. I thought it was all a myth. You're telling me there's the good stuff.
it's the good stuff. It's scannable. You can pass your I-9 with it. Like, it's solid.
I just want to point out I'm getting up this Saturday at 7:45 because I'm because there's a conference in Chile.
Okay.
And amazing folks,
international excuse.
Seriously fucking amazing people down there, and there's some really cool people that are going to be actually at the conference. And they came up and they're like, "Hey, we got a bit of a crunch. We got this. We're missing somebody. Any chance?" And it's Chile, and I mean, I got a soft spot for that neck of the woods, and so I'm like, "Yeah,
I like Chile.
My
wife bad at Chile.
No, you fruit bat.
Different Chile.
Different Chile. Yeah, the country, not the food.
It's Chile. Yeah.
Tim's berating me that Saturday is my family day. Actually, Saturday is my family day, but typically Jen is already out with the horses. So Saturday morning she's out with the horses, so I get a little bit of a leeway on that one.
It's Chile.
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 Yes, pronounce it correctly. Chile. Just like it's Cuba.
Oh my God! Jason just sent me. He just sent me the. I'm just going to send it to both of you guys. I'm just going to cut and paste it into text message. He found a cup with Evan's background. It's freaking awesome.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. I'm just going to text it to both of you guys because I can't bug it if I know how to do it on the other system.
I'd like to advocate that the Kool-Aid Man should be present at the beginning of any incident response plan.
Oh, yeah.
The Kool-Aid Man. He should make a mandatory appearance of any incident response.
All right, you've lost me. I have absolutely no clue what you're on
about. You don't know this reference?
No.
Damn you European bastard, you.
Well, yeah, damn colonials. You keep coming up with weird shit that we don't know about.
You don't know the Kool-Aid Man?
No, I have no fucking clue.
Fuck.
What are you on about?
Grow up under a rock? How do you not know the Kool-Aid Man?
I don't watch television. Not refuse.
God. Did you at least watch Sassy Justice? Tell me you watched Sassy Justice. I sent you the link. Tell me you watched this. You did not watch it. You need to watch it. All right, listeners, there's something in the world called Sassy Justice. You need to Google this. The inventors of South Park took deep fake technology.
Well, you sent it to me. I just haven't had a chance to
watch a show. They used deep fake technology to create a skit show, and it's called Sassy Justice. You should watch it. Evan, you should not watch it. It's not advisable for you.
No.
Well, you won't like the political leanings.
There's that.
But incredibly hilarious. And your takeaway is that the deep fakes they're damn good, dude. I mean, they
did a good job.
Really, really good. Like, you're watching it and you're like, yep, that's that person.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Sassy justice.
All right, I have to. I know you sent me a link to it.
I want to say that with a lisp. Sassy
There's-
justice.
Too much.
That's
shit
how it's
on there.
said. You should watch it. I think you will laugh. I really do think. I think you'll laugh pretty hard. It's sassy justice. Here's the takeaway I will give you is Mark Zuckerberg runs a dialysis clinic.
Oh shit! Okay, that might be funny.
Yeah,
And they run specials.
Oh, there we go. All right, I got it with Fred Sassy. I see it. Taking the blindfolds off justice. All right, I will.
I am curious to hear your opinion.
I will have to.
So, post-election.
Yeah, we should probably get back on track. It's getting to be like 2 hours again. We're getting close up on 2 hours.
I love this shit, man. I mean, you guys it was a tough week, man. And, I look forward to this because it's like, all right, for 2 hours, I can just kind of put shit down and just talk smack and say what's on my mind and not feel like I'm being judged. Not like, I don't have to be politically correct. It's good shit. But I don't know, man, post-election, it's like what we're going to need. I know what I need more than ever because I'm not.
Hang on a sec. You guys talk for a second. Hang on. You all right?
He's not even a citizen, so he gives a shit.
Right. Seriously. He's like, this is the part where I check out.
Yeah, whatever. I can go back to the UK or wherever the fuck. But the thing that I'm really going to need, and I think others will need too, is I'm concerned about the direction of the country. I really am. There's a lot of shit that I see that I don't like, and where I find my sanity, like this week, man. The reason why you're so involved with the shit that I was dealing with all week in the incident responses was because I needed a sanity check. I needed to reach out to somebody and say, like, hey, brother, am I going nuts, or are you feeling what I'm feeling? And I think what we need is these circles of trust, the people that you can go to, rely on, like you and I have had lots of talks too about just the political shit that happens, in this country. And a lot of it we, just don't agree with. And we don't come out of that being militant, being judgmental, going to, let's get our guns and go do something. No, man, it keeps your sanity, right? It keeps me from doing shit like that. And so I think post-election, I'm going to rely on more than ever my friends that won't judge me, my friends that will let me talk my shit. I have one friend, people that know me know I'm more of a conservative. Kill me if you want, but that's just where I come from.
Right.
One of my favorite conversations of the entire week happens every Wednesday morning. It's with our director of operations, who's a liberal. Right. And we have these conversations because there's this mutual respect and mutual love. And we set the stage like this is how people need to treat each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I absolutely do.
No matter what the outcome of the election is, you got to find the respect for the position, for the office of the president of the United States, whether you agree with them or think he's a fucking fool or not. You know what I mean?
Well, there's respect for the office, and I heard it best. I heard it said like this: after the election, your neighbor will still be your neighbor. Okay? And you know who's not helping you with your groceries? People in Washington. You know who is helping you with the groceries? Your neighbor. Right? Mm-hmm. Your teachers will still be your teachers. Your family will still be your family. We have got to get past this idea that because you believe something different from me, that you should be dead to me.
Right.
We have to get over that. This idea that your difference means death. Oh, I cancel you because you said shit I don't agree with. What in the fuck is that? No, you said something I don't agree with. Now let's talk about why I don't agree with it, so that you can help me understand, are you a raving lunatic or do you have a valid point? Both could be true. Both could be true at the same time with the same person, right? But let's have that conversation. Let's go there. And we don't go there right now. It's like I have family members that literally I cannot have any semblance of reasonable political dialogue with. It will instantly devolve to, this is what I believe, hard stop, fuck you if you don't believe it. Here's the wall. I've built it. You can't cross it. We're done. And I'm like, hey, do you remember the 90s when we got along? Do you remember the early 2000s when we got along? Do you remember that? You know, you've always had the beliefs you've had, and I've always had the beliefs I've had. And we've never seen eye to eye on like 90% of how we think the world should work. But we seem to get along just fine. The last 4 years, all of a sudden I'm the enemy because I don't align exactly to your uninformed opinion. I don't get that. I don't get where that's come from. I can blame social media, but that's the problem. The problem is even within our own family structure, the place that no matter what happens externally, we're supposed to align internally. It's broken because of a Twitter feed. I just can't, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm very mad and I'm very sad. And I don't know, does anybody out listening get this? Can somebody explain to me how the fuck we got to here?
Well, there's lots of reasons why we got to here, but I think, what do we do going forward? You know what I mean? I think post-election, what kind of example can we set for other people to follow? There are people that look to us. We do have followers. We do have people, I know that at the companies that I'm running and the companies that you're a leader in too, there are people that look at us. They're watching. It's like your kids watch you. They see how you react to things. They see how you handle things. There are people, I've said, from the very beginning that Jesus is the CEO of FR Secure. Always has been, always will be, period. And then people are like turned off by that. They're like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean if I'm gay that I can't work here? No, that's not what it means. What it means is I'm going to love you no matter who you are. What it means is I'm going to lead the way I think I'm supposed to lead, that I'm going to be open to, it's just honesty, transparency. It's the shit that we need more of in this country. And you don't have to be Christian. That's not the point. The point is, can you be truthful? Can you be transparent? Can you be loving? Can you give a shit about people? All the things that are good about us, can you do that shit? And so I think what we need to do everywhere, in our homes, in our business relationships, in our industry, is set that example. You know what I mean? I'm going to be that.
No, I'll add extra to that one. I'll take that. The other thing I'm going to add to this one for me is, because same thing. There are people I know on both sides of the fence on the shenanigans. Mm-hmm. My counsel to them is also going to be, don't gloat. Move on and work with those people. Reach across the fucking table and go, okay, sucks, I'm sorry, it means we're in the hot seat for the next 4 years. How can we work together? What can we do together? To me, that's how I look at it. It's the ability to talk. Whether you win or lose. I mean, in my instance, I could sit there and I'm like, okay, if the current regime manages for another 4 years, it's definitely going to be that's going to be an interesting one. And then it's like, okay, get over it. What do we actually do? Honestly, realistically, what really changes? The country gets looked at very, very quizzically by a lot of other countries. Shit still goes on. Sun still comes up. We still have to go out and get work done. So how do we do that more effectively? How do we put our best foot forward? Again, back to what you said, which is lead by example. As simple as that. I'm not going to gloat. If Biden gets, to Ryan's point, if Biden gets in, there might not be any gloating anyway, because he might get surpassed in the next 3 or 4 weeks anyway. Whatever the fuck happens, there is no gloating either way. To me, it's like, okay, shit's happened. It's gone over there. We're on it. Now, how do we put the best foot forward?
Well, exactly. And no matter what side of this fence you're on. So let's say you're on the losing team.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you not be a sore loser? Can you accept?
There we go. Yeah.
Can you accept the results as they were and make the best of what you got? Can you contribute to solutions versus being an obstacle to solutions for your own benefit? And if you're on the winning side, like you said, what kind of asshole is a sore winner that, rubs that shit in?
Too many.
Because hell no, we go into court. Fuck you. I won.
Oh, God, I hope it doesn't.
I know. I wish I wasn't right.
You know what? We'll know. Let's face it. Next week, we'll know. I think so. Hang on. Am I going next?
Next week, the court battle begins. I've got some money on this.
I got $1. I got $1 that the court battle doesn't. I think it's rhetoric. I think it's rhetoric.
I think Biden sues if Trump wins.
No, I actually don't see that. I actually don't see that.
Yep, I do.
All right. So I got $1 either way. I got you $1 either way.
I got $1.
I got you $1. Right. I got you $1.
Now I'm gonna one up you on the dollar. I bet you
$2.
Yep, I bet you a Pocky one chip challenge live here on the shit show.
You bet me a what?
Hockey one chip challenge. It is
what? He doesn't know what hockey is.
Pocky, P with a P. PA.
I have no
hottest chip in the world. The loser has to eat it.
I'll do it.
Live on the shit show.
Why does that feel like that's going to be pain and suffering? Why do I feel like that's pain and suffering?
Because it is
pain and suffering. It is misery in a tortilla chip. You will regret every decision you have ever made up to that moment.
Why would you do that to your friends and colleagues? Why would you do that?
Because
you're not leading by example.
B,
no shit.
Because let's make a real bet. $1 ain't shit. I got $1 and you got $1.
Money. Hey, $1 is money. Hey, there were times you and I, or probably all of us, never had $1 to go.
I come from nothing. I'll respect that. A nickel is something.
Right.
But I'll bet you a Pocky one chip challenge.
So you said Pocky. It's Taki. T.
No, it's with a P. It's with a P. I'm probably pronouncing.
Oh yeah, Paqui. Paqui, right? That one.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on. What are we? What is the bet before I? What is the bet?
I'll do it with you.
I believe we're going to court. You say we're not. I'm saying regardless of the electoral.
Yes.
We're going to court.
Okay, I don't think we will. I feel.
I'll bet you a one chip challenge right here, right now. Mainly because I want to watch you eat it.
But that's only going to happen if you're right. If it isn't right.
I want to watch you eat it. I'm sorry, my gut is strong on this one.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
One chip challenge right here in front of everybody.
Right. I will not make you eat that. I will not make you eat that chip because I don't want to see you suffer.
No. It'll be great. Listen.
No. Hold on.
Levels of pain.
Hold on. In full transparency, as somebody who doesn't have a stake in this game, Ryan should come clean and be transparent with you. He already had one of these last week, so he already knows what it feels like.
I do.
So, Chris, you don't know the pain. He does know the pain, so you may want to rethink this.
So again,
all right. So I'll put it this way, Chris.
Yeah.
2.5 million Scoville.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I've
Punch
had
you in the face.
So again, in full transparency, the country I come from, we used to have some interesting stuff with curries. Secondly, I'm a very, very, very good fan and patron of the Pepper Palace.
So their hottest hot sauce
is 6 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the difference is when you do that, you do it on the tip of a toothpick, and you go, "Wow, I'm a badass,"
as opposed to a freaking damn tortilla chip.
Whole chip, and no water, no food, 5 minutes.
No water. How about milk? Can I have milk or bread?
Nope. No, nothing. 5 minutes. Nothing. You have to sit there and just suck it up for 5 minutes. That's the challenge.
Can I eat the chip slowly?
I mean, you can. I don't advise it, but feel free to knock your socks off. Go ahead. I'm a get it over with right now kind of guy.
I might be able to. Yeah, heavens. All right. I believe that both parties. Now I'm going to regret this. I believe that both parties are adult enough to not go this route. To not bring the country to this level. To not bring the country to this level. I believe that they won't bring the country to this level.
Oh God, I wish that was true.
I'm going with it.
Did. They already did, dude. Look, I saw the debate.
The second debate was a lot better than the first debate.
There was a mute button.
Agreed. But the second debate was a lot better than the first debate.
Because there was a mute button. And none of them wanted to get muted. That was their fear.
Don't believe that we will take the country to that level. I don't believe either party wants to take the country to that level. I'm going with it. I will take you.
Right. I will eat a hot chip if you're wrong.
I won't make you. I will not make you eat one because I actually don't want to see you suffer.
It's okay.
No, but I don't want you to.
Look, I enjoy the spice. I do. Now, I won't lie. I ate that chip and we did this in a restaurant. We did a 1 chip, 1 wing challenge. So we went to a restaurant here in town that serves hot wings as hot or hotter than the chip. Okay. And we did a 1 wing, 1 chip challenge. The chip is 2.5. The wing was 3 million.
You can't taste any difference at that point. I mean, there's nothing more. Yeah.
Okay. And the owner of the restaurant comes over. He goes, because we came in and I know the guys and, we're here. We bring gloves. We're those people. We bring latex gloves because we know not to touch the hot wing and then touch yourself. That's a bad day.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're going to do the challenge. I shit you not, for like 8 minutes, we're just at the table going, woo, it's hot, yeah.
There's a YouTube video. If you want to see dumb motherfucking people, there is a YouTube video of people doing a small teaspoon of that stuff from the Pepper Palace, that 6 million stuff. There's the video.
Yep.
I watched it, and it was 2 things. It was morbid fascination, as well as please tell me people aren't that fucking stupid. And people are that fucking stupid. I mean, they were teaspoons.
I'm one of those people.
I have a belief that we will not get to that point. So I will take you up on that. Live on air. I will take you up on that.
Everybody heard it. Here's the deal. If the election winds up contested in court, Chris will be eating a Pocky 1 chip challenge hot chip. If it does not go to court, I will be eating. And the date that we're setting for this decision is December 15th.
December 15th?
That is correct. I do not necessarily believe that it will be contested in the first couple of days.
So now you're adding a whole month on, almost a whole month.
For
December 15th.
Let's do December 17th because that's or 15th is the deadline. We'll eat it on the 17th.
I love it. Deal. Done and done.
And just because I don't give a shit, I will eat it with the loser.
Oh, I don't recommend it, but feel free.
I've already had them too.
Do we want a pack of 1, a pack of 2, or a pack of? You can actually. I'm actually looking at them. They're on Amazon.
Yeah. John, no one's on Team Ryan, and it's okay. Don't worry.
Dude, I'm on your team. I'm just taking one for the other team too. Or assuming that he loses. If you lose, then I am taking one for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't advise it. I'm trying to save you, but do as you will do.
Well, you're saving the English guy. Not saving me.
No, he's eating that shit because we're going to court.
It isn't happening. We're not going to court. I do not believe that either party wants to drag this country's elections through the court system.
No, I'm sorry. I disagree.
Do not believe. I just don't think we will sink that low.
By the way, I hope I'm wrong. There's something in my gut that says I'm not.
I don't believe we'll do it.
I hope
believe
we
we'll go to that point.
I think you're being optimistic. I think you're coming from a position of optimism and hope.
Yes.
I am not approaching it from that direction.
I'm
firmly rooted in reality, and I've already heard one party say they will fight it tooth and nail. So
I think there's rhetoric. There is a lot of rhetoric, and I think that it's positioning.
Come to fruition. Go ahead, fight me.
Well, apparently I am. We're going to be nibbling. One of us is nibbling, or one or two of us is nibbling on something.
Go ahead.
Just so you know.
Are you so bold? You're so bold.
I love you guys.
Go ahead. Fight me, motherfucker. Come on, bring it.
Fight me right here, right now. Let's do it. Fight me. I love you guys like more than you can appreciate. I really do. I love
one
you.
deadly black tortilla chip. It's like $18 for a fucking
Yes. You were
apparently you can't find them anywhere else. All right, I'm putting it in my. I'm adding it to my cart. I've just added it to the cart.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I should mention.
Hang on, there's gummy bears. You can get nitro gummy bears. Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Infused with 9 million Scoville.
Oh yeah.
We need to do a nitro gummy bear. They're cheaper apparently. It's a pack of 3 for $20.
Oh, but they taste so bad. See, the chip tastes okay.
How can
the? Yeah.
It's 9 million Scovilles infused with 9 million
Scovilles. It's capsaicin concentrate versus the peppers themselves. It's a different flavor. It'll have a heavy chemical flavor to it.
Oh,
when you do the capsaicin concentrate, it takes on a very it's like drinking liquid nickel. Like it has a very there's like a heavy metal. It's
like kerosene.
Not good. It's not good. It's got chem flavor. The chip is just pepper. So it's not been enhanced or concentrated. It's just the natural peppers.
See, part of the biker lifestyle, you know, and some of my friends that I hang out with, you know, we all think we just do stupid shit, and so that's where we've done these things. And to see these, like my buddy Bobby, right, 300-pound iron worker, Harley rider. You know, he thinks he's such a tough ass. You give him one of those chips, and he cried like a baby.
Yep.
And I just laughed. I just lauged at him the whole time.
This is going to hurt.
I took a buddy to the wing joint, right? And I always tell people because they you know, I like spicy.
Is that place in Woodbury?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is good, and it's like completely legit. The first time I went there, my friend's like, "Oh, best hot wings ever you've had," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. It's Minnesota. I've had hot wings in Thailand. You ain't getting anywhere near hot wings in Thailand, okay?" And they're like, "No, it's legit." And I ate the wings. I'm like, "Holy shit! This is serious." And turns out the owner was raised for the first handful of years of life in Thailand. So until he was like 14, he lived in Thailand. He ate the spicy food.
Right.
Went on to become a 5-star Michelin certified chef. Like all the restaurants he worked at were 5-star Michelin restaurants. Top-notch chef. Decided he was done with that business. Said, "Fuck it, I'm going to open a wing joint." And brought all. So guys, I can't make it up.
Gosh, that's going to be amazing.
You're here in Minnesota, or you come to visit. It's called D Spot. You should 100% give them your business. You have never tasted.
We'll take you.
So good and felt something so hot.
I'm up for it. I
remember it first.
Yeah, that's the sign that they've done it right.
Yep.
That's and you know that. I mean,
comes long before the heat. The heat is actually quite scary because you eat it and you're like, "This is delicious." Oh my. Oh my. It just keeps building and building. And by the end of it, you're just sitting there panting like a dog. Like, it's so hot.
I remember years ago, we were deployed over in, we were actually in Spain. And we'd gone out, we'd had a really nice dinner, and some very good friends of mine were from the Indian SF teams. And one of them was also, same thing, chefed as well. And he's like, "Oh, this is nothing. We'll do some peppers." So he cooked up some peppers. Same kind of mentality, well-cooked, beautiful ones. We'd had amazing meal. I remember having a couple of these things. We got like 2 or 3 in before the first one's taste went away and then the heat crept in. I remember, as do a couple of other folks in the team, we all just launched for the bread and milk because he deliberately put bread and milk out on the table. We all, I mean, it was almost in freaking synchro. Because, I mean, it felt like you just eaten a hedgehog. It went from, oh, this is really tasty. This is really amazing. Holy shit, what is this? What is this? And it was like prickly porcupine in the mouth all at once. So, yeah, that was one of those moments.
I have a pro tip. I'm going to share an inside secret with every spice lover. And it's pronounced creme brulee.
Oh, yeah.
So after you eat your spicy food, if you want to avoid the second burn, one should ingest 1 to 2 shots of creme brulee sauce.
So John Montgomery had a good idea. We should do a shit show wing show.
I'm all for it. What's up? I got Last Stab in the cupboard. What are you guys into? I'm a spice guy. I'm down to play the game. So
it's always the guy that talks the biggest game that's the biggest pussy in the room.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
Not a chance.
Oh my gosh, this Packy.com is amazing. I'm looking at this place.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
I really want to, some of the stuff is getting ordered, if nothing else, just for the hell of it. They have haunted ghost pepper chips, jalapeno tropical.
Okay, so those are actually pretty good. I got some of those on the counter right now. That's a good snacking chip. Evan, it has a legitimate bite. So you know when you buy a spicy chip and it says it's spicy?
I know, I've had it. I've done it.
Eat it and you're like, okay, whatever. It's not really spicy. Their haunted ghost pepper chip has a legit bite. You eat that fucker and you're like, ooh, I think I'm getting a little moist in the forehead. Like this is hot.
Oh yeah, I get moist in the forehead a lot, and my face will turn red, and I get an itch. I get an itch on my scalp.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the same thing every time. But
so
yeah, I ate a lot of hot.
Here's a fun story for the team. So went to D-Spot. You know this. I went and did the hot chip and the hot wing. What you guys don't know is when we got back to my house, my buddy legit thought he was dying on my couch. We end up halfway to the emergency room before he pukes in a plastic bag and declares, I'm no longer dying as much as I was before. Please take me home.
No.
Yes, we are on the way to the ER. He has never had pain like this in his life. He is sure he is dying. I kid you not. Grown-ass man on my couch crying, screaming, I'm dying. I need to go to the emergency room right now.
See, I don't get that. I just don't get that. That's a little
doesn't have the faculties to get off the couch to get to the emergency room that he's desperately in dire need of. Finally get him off the couch and into the car, and we're driving, and he just starts hurling. So, full disclaimer, we put down a very thick towel on the seat.
Yep.
And we gave him plastic bags because I wasn't sure which end it was coming out of, but I was sure it was coming out of one of them. I'm driving him to the emergency room, windows open, just full on chucks, like his toes curled. He chucked so hard.
Oh,
fills the bag, turns to me, face all full of chuck, says, I don't think I'm dying as much. You can take me home now.
Oh,
true story. That happened. Just remember, when you come out with me and talk a big game, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, I'm not up for that. I'm not up. I'd like to be able to taste my food, enjoy my food, and not cuddle the toilet.
So when you come to Minnesota soon to hang out with me and Evan for a day, we'll go to D-Spot. You don't have to get the You've Been Warned wings.
All right, cool.
Their wings, you've never had chicken wings this good ever in your whole life. Just no way, no how. The flavor, it was one of the few times that I've ate a food that had levels of flavor. So I started the food, it had one flavor, then it turned into something else, then it turned into something else, then there was like a finish.
See, that sounds that I like the sound of. I can deal with that.
Yeah,
I'm actually ordering some of these Packy chips. I'm looking at the different flavors. I'm ordering a bunch of these now.
Well, they're all fucking hot.
I'm interested to see what Jesse loves hot food too. Swede will try it. Brett is more sensible than that. But we'll give it a go. I'm ordering a bunch of stuff from the cart. We'll see what turns up.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
guys, I'll go back to this. I like you. I like you. I like the listeners. I don't hate you. I want to understand why you believe what you believe so that I can either agree with you or I can explain to you why I believe what I believe. And maybe we can understand something about how we're different.
There we go. I like that.
I want you to know that. I really do believe that. I believe, and I say this all the time. You guys have heard me say this 1,000 times. I'm an in-the-middle kid. I don't align to party lines. I want what's best for this country. I want what's best for my fellow citizen. I have some ideas about what that looks like, and some of those ideas look very Republican, and some of those ideas look very Democrat. But at the end of the day, I'm very much in the middle. I just want a balanced, equal society. I can't wait for equality. Do you know what equality allows us to do? Equality, real equality, allows us to go after the individuals that are the problem without involving all the baggage. Yeah, there are white people that are problematic. There are black people that are problematic. There are Mexicans and Asians and Latinos, Filipinos. Okay, and the list goes on and on. I'm not going to name every country, but every one of them has a group that's problematic. But until we have real equality and compassion for our fellow human, we can't even begin to address the problems that face our society. So let's vote. Let's vote for what we want. And when we don't get what we want, let's be adults and get over that.
Yeah.
Life isn't what you want. As I've taught my son, life is a series of events that you must do in order to be able to do what you want to do. It is doing what you don't want to do to be able to do what you do. Now, if you're lucky like us, we get to make our money doing things we enjoy. Okay? Not everybody has that luxury. But understand that your fellow human is not different from you. They truly are not that different from you. And when it comes to the hot button issues, yeah, we have different approaches. Some people are pro-life, some people are pro-choice, some people are pro-gay marriage, some people are anti-gay marriage. Take time to understand why they believe what they believe. And if they can't articulate to you why they believe what they believe, well, then they're a nut job. If they can't explain why they believe what they believe, then they're just straight up crazy, and please put them in that column.
Yeah. No,
otherwise, take time to learn why they think different than you do.
Some good final words. I like those. No, you're right. I've just ordered a whole bunch of chips, by the way, while we've been talking and while we've been discussing and listening.
Were you shipping some this way or what? Or I got to order my own?
Oh, no, I got you covered.
All right.
I got 3 of the chips. I got some haunted ghost peppers, fiery chili lime, jalapeno tropicana, and munchos. So I got 3 of the actual really individual good chips.
If you like spice, you're really gonna like those.
I'm intrigued to see what these
are. Where are we
like.
On stickers?
Which ones?
I forgot to tell you.
You said you ordered stickers. Oh yeah, the danger ones. Yeah, yes. That would be cool. When I get the full EPS file, I will get the stickers ordered for the shield, for the shit show shield, and backs of t-shirts are now done. Fronts of t-shirts are done.
Good.
As soon as we get all that sorted out, I'll run a final design by the pair of you, and if we're good with it, we'll put it out to everybody, and we'll go from there.
Yay! So, audience, t-shirts coming soon,
and stickers, and I think patches. I want to do patches as well.
Patches are mandatory. I don't know if we talked about that, but
right, patches will happen. Awesome. That'll be fun.
And for those of you that want it on a coffee mug or a mouse pad or, the family crest, just let us know. We're happy to help. We'll figure it out for you.
We'll figure it out. Exactly. We'll put it up on Cafe Press or something along those lines. We'll get it sorted.
I like it.
This actually was a fantastic conversation. Like, seriously freaking awesome, especially considering we only figured it out. Or
I don't know if we talked anything security tonight, and frankly, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, this was a good one.
We had a good talk about incident response, and I think we made a
parallel.
Yeah,
I like that.
We made a parallel between how we need to work together. If we want to make a difference, we have to work together, either as a country, as an industry, as a company, as a family. It doesn't fucking matter. You have to do it together.
I love
Agreed.
that. That's a great message.
I like that. I'm not going to add anything to it apart from to say what he said. End of discussion.
All right.
They
I
want an
love you guys.
alternate shirt with Evan's background. I think it's copyright. I'm not sure we can do that.
Oh, we can modify it a bit and get it. We'll do it. It's fun getting
30%.
yelled at.
Not the first time I've been sued.
Yep. All right. I have to go get some work done. Not much, thankfully, this evening, but a little
I
bit.
know work. Boo.
All right.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Hey, can we do
Yeah.
this in person soon? I mean, it's been long enough, right? Like, Chris, I've been to your house. You didn't get Rona from me. I didn't get it from you. Evan, I've been to your house. I didn't get Rona from you. You didn't get it from me.
I need to come up to your neck of the woods. It'd be easier.
You
It'd be simpler.
Dude, we will show you. We are very hospitable people.
Oh, I know. I'm actually looking forward to a bunch of just hanging out. All right, let's plan it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out taking a week or something and just come up. I'll do work on the road and all that kind of good stuff. I'll bring the we'll figure
RV.
out. Yeah, maybe. I'd rather bring the Mercedes. It's quicker, faster, easier, and
there
simpler.
you go. I mean, I won't blame you. I've drove it. It's nice.
Chris, we talked about, Ryan, we talked about renting an ice house. Let's rent an ice house.
Chris, yeah. So
from an ice house.
Yeah. So check this out. Here's the idea. So a colleague of mine said, Ryan, would you come ice fishing with me? And I said, how do you ice fish? And he says, in a tent. I said, oh, you're so cute. Not a fucking chance.
Fucking
Not a
pull
chance.
a house onto the lake.
Freeze, baby.
Yeah.
So we landed on, they have these luxury ice houses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They got the big screen TV. They got the overstuffed leather furniture, the kitchen, the bathroom. It's like your RV, but on a lake.
But on a lake, yeah.
And you open panels in the floor, and then you can just ice, right?
Throw in dynamite and go from there.
Right. So what we decided was that's happening. So I will coordinate this and have you come up, and you can have a real Minnesota experience. We will luxury ice fish.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
We're also bringing the meat smokers.
Ooh.
So that we can make ribs and brisket and pulled pork and all that, right? Because we got nothing to do but, crack a brewski, throw the pole in, and then we got nothing but time to kill. So we better get that smoker rolling.
I'll bring the cuts of dead animal. We've got a couple of really, really good, really good butchers around this neck of the woods. I'll bring all the cuts of dead animals.
There'll be some bacon somewhere in the mix because you can't ice fish without bacon. So you got to have some of that going on. I think it'll be a really good time. I'm looking forward to it.
I can bring the explosives as well. I can bring the dynamite. We'll do it properly. We'll do shaped charges. I can't be bothered with fishing. It's fuck it. If you're going to do it, throw a grenade in the water and just pick up what's left. I'm sure there's an easy way of doing that with the ice.
I like it. You got to be careful with the whole ice thing. You create too much of a shock wave. You get fractures. You sink. It's a thing, but
we'll figure that out.
Work it out. Hey, I'm not a sportsman. What I heard was, Ryan, you want to come and hang out in the fucking ice house and drink
with
beer
smoked meat and beer and whiskey?
Yeah,
okay, there we go. Yeah.
As long as when I catch a fish, I can go ew and hand it to somebody else and let them deal with it, I'm solid. I'm not a good survivalist when it comes to the catching and the food.
Oh, that'll be totally awesome. Hot meat smoke on a frozen lake seems ill-advised. We'll be fine. That's what asbestos is.
So just so you know, Mr. Angry Intern, and I know who you are, you put pallets down. You put
asbestos. Put it in an asbestos mat. It'll be fine.
Nice. No asbestos.
I'm just going to stop the show in your mid talking.
Love you guys. Have a good night.
All right. Take care, all the everybody.
Fans. I can't believe you guys have stayed this long. You're amazing.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Fucking amazing. Seriously. Take care, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.